Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Read With Me once again. And today I have come with this book named or titled The Power of Self-Confidence. Become unstoppable, irresistible and unafraid in every area of your life by Tracy. Let's start with a brief introduction first. Introduction: entering the no fear zone. Nothing splendid has ever been achieved excepted by those who dared believe that something inside of them was superior to circumstances. Bruce Barton. Welcome to the no fear zone. In the pages ahead, you will learn how to develop confidence, courage, and unshakable determination in every area of your life. You will learn to approach the biggest challenges and opportunities of your life completely unafraid, convinced of your ability to accomplish anything you put your mind to. The good news is that you have extraordinary potential for success, achievement, and prosperity, with more talent and natural ability than you could use in 100 lifetimes. The only thing standing between you and the incredible life that is possible for you is fear, the fear of all kinds. And by the time you finish this book, your fears will be gone forever. For more than 25 years, I have studied successful men and women, looking for the characteristics and qualities they have in common that have enabled them to achieve so much more than the average person. I have read thousands of books, articles, and research studies on success, and I have come to the conclusion that the foundation quality of success in every walk of life is self-confidence. Every man or woman who has ever accomplished anything out of the ordinary has turned out to have greater self-confidence than the ordinary person. When you develop yourself to the point where your belief in yourself is so strong that you know that you can accomplish almost anything you really want, your future will be unlimited. The great question. A woman who had listened to one of my programs wrote to me recently and told me that one line in that program had changed her whole outlook on life. It was simply a question. What one great thing would you dare to dream if you knew you could not fail? When she began asking herself that question over and over, her entire view of what was truly possible for her expanded dramatically. She saw clearly what she really wanted to be, have, and do. And she simultaneously realized that it was only fear and doubt in her own abilities that was holding her back. What would you do differently if you were absolutely guaranteed of success in any undertaking? What if some great force could endow you with the power to achieve any goal that you could set for yourself? To put it another way, what if you were completely unafraid of any more or of anyone or anything, and you felt completely free to act in any area in your own best interests? The fact is that if you develop the quality of unshakable self-confidence, your whole world would be a complete different one. Unlimited self-confidence. With greater confidence in yourself and your abilities, you would set bigger goals, make bigger plans, and commit yourself to achieving objectives that today you only dream about. You would take whatever steps were necessary to earn more money and enjoy a higher standard of living. You would set your sights on a bigger house, a better car, more beautiful clothes, and nicer vacations. You would want all kinds of things for your family and for those close to you. You would do what you really want to do and you would refuse to conform to the wishes or opinions of anyone else. You would define your life in your own terms and live every day consistent with exactly what it is you want and not the wishes of other people. With greater self confidence, you would be a different person in every part of your work life and career. You might decide to ask for a promotion or a raise or even change to another job or another company or even another industry. You would move immediately to do whatever it took to get onto the first track in your career. If you are in sales, you would call on more people, make better and more forceful presentation, ask for more orders and close more business. If you are in management, you would organize and recognize your human and material resources to create a work environment that suited you perfectly rather than making endless compromises in an attempt to please a variety of different people. With greater self confidence, you would be bolder and more imaginative. You would be more creative and willing to experiment with new and different ideas and ways of doing things. You would be willing to consider unusual and risky alternatives and be willing to commit yourself wholeheartedly to projects that are today sitting only on the back burner of your mind. More powerful, popular, and persuasive. If you had unlimited self confidence, you would be more powerful, popular, and persuasive with other people. You would be more cheerful, likable, and welcome wherever you went. You would speak up and speak out clearly in your interactions with others, and you would be admired, respected, and sought after by everyone who knew you. Recognition and responsibilities would flow to you because of people's belief in your ability to do whatever it took it to get the job done. Positions of prestige and status would open up for you, and people would bring your opportunities and possibilities that you cannot now imagine. Dealing with difficulties. With greater self confidence, you could deal more effectively with the inevitable problems and difficulties that arise in day to day life. You would think continually in terms of solutions and how you could turn any situation to your best advantage. You would laugh at adversities and would dishearten most people and pluck success out of the jaws of failure. You would turn lemons into lemonade. You would feel invincible and unconquerable. With higher levels of self-confidence, you would be far more effective in dealing with difficult people and situations. You would be a far better, negotiator and be able to ask for and get better prices, terms, and conditions in everything you bought and sold. Feel terrific about yourself. With greater self confidence, with an unshakable belief in yourself, nothing would be impossible for you. More than anything else, you would feel terrific about yourself. You would feel truly happy about every part of your life, knowing deep down inside that you have the ability to take whatever steps and make whatever changes are necessary to assure that your life is exactly the way you want it. You would experience a tremendous sense of control, which is the fundamental requirement for happiness, well being, and maximum performance. You would feel like the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. With unlimited self confidence, you would feel completely self determined and in charge of your life. You would experience a feeling of strength and power and purpose, and you would have a positive mental attitude toward yourself. Everyone in your life and everything you do with unshakable self confidence, you would unquestionably be an exceptional human being. you can develop self-confidence. Unfortunately, however, this is not all that easy. Most people have limited self-confidence and many people have no self-confidence at all. Human beings tend to be plagued with doubt about their own abilities and fears about very imaginable things, especially the unknown. The psychologist Abraham Maslow said the story of the human race in the history of men and women selling themselves short. The great majority of people tend to compare themselves unfavorably with others. They dwell on their own weakness and limitations and they eventually settle for far less than what they are really capable of. Instead of enjoying high levels of self-esteem, self-respect and personal pride, the average person just gets by from day to day. If self-confidence and the self-esteem that goes with it is so desirable, why is that so few people have enough self-confidence to live the lives that are possible for them? There are 1,000 reasons, but perhaps the most wonderful discovery about self-confidence is that it is a mental quality that can be learned with practice. Because it is learnable, self-confidence can be developed and built up systematically and progressively over time by following the instructions in this book. The good news is that everyone has a certain amount of self-confidence, more in some areas and less in others. And by working from the base, it is possible for you to build yourself up to the point at which you are completely confident in any area that is important to you. The great law. Perhaps the most important of all the laws that govern our lives was put forth by Aristotle in about 350 BC. He called it the principle of causality and proclaimed for the first time that we live in a universe governed by order and that there is a reason for everything that happens. We call it the law of cause and effect, and it is often referred to as the iron law of human destiny. The law of cause and effect can imprison us in a cell of our own making, or it can liberate us by giving us complete freedom depending on how we use it. The law itself, like the law of gravity, is neutral. This law of cause and effect, which is both a physical and a mental law, says that for every effect in our lives, there is a specific cause or causes. If there is an effect in our life that we want more of, like more money or greater success, we can trace it back to the cause, and by repeating the cause, we can enjoy more of the effects. If we are in sales or business and we have successes, we can trace those successes back to the specific things that we did to achieve them. By repeating those causes, we can enjoy the same effects. This law also says that if there is an effect in our lives that we don't want, whether it be overweight, insufficient funds, problems with people or negative business conditions, we can trace that effect back to the causes, and by removing or changing the causes, we can achieve different effects of results, like different effects or results. This law of cause and effect is so simple and obvious that no one seriously questions it. We live in a world and in a universe governed by law, not by chance. Everything happens for a reason. Neither success nor failure is an accident. They have specific causes, and when we repeat the causes, we get the same effects no matter who we are. This is just the way the world works. The roots of low self-confidence. The world is full of people who are not happy with their results, and yet they continue to do the same things, think the same thoughts, say the same things, and take the same actions every day, and they are amazed that they continue to get the same negative effects. Einstein's definition of insanity was continuing to do the same things and expecting to get different results. However, this is simply not possible. The law of cause and effect applies with equal validity to our levels of self-confidence. All around us and throughout human history, there are and have been men and women with exceptionally high levels of self-confidence who have gone on to achieve extraordinary things. In studying the lives and stories of these people, we find that some of them started out with high levels of self-confidence that they learned from their parents parents in early childhood. However, most of them started off the same way we all start off, with deep down feelings of inferiority and inadequacy. Because of destructive criticism, lack of love, and other mistakes that parents make with us in early childhood, we grow up with diminished feelings of self esteem, low self confidence, and a feeling that I am not good enough in comparison with others. With low self confidence, many people today work extremely hard on the outside to achieve success. However, when they do, deep down inside, they feel like imposters. This so called fear of success is really a feeling of unworthiness that we can't seem to get rid of no matter how much we achieve. Many successful men and women are repeating the line to the Peggy Lee song, "Is that all there is?" when looking round with them at their homes and cars. You want to be happy. What people want more than anything else is just to feel really good about themselves. We want to be happy and positive and have a sense of well being. Above all, what we really want is peace of mind. And you can only enjoy peace of mind when you feel confident in your ability to deal effectively with the requirements of life, with your family, your friends, your work, your customers, your social activities, and all the other things that you are involved in. The law of cause and effect tells us that if we want to enjoy the effect of high self-confidence, we need only engage in the cause of high self-confidence. If we can find out what it is that other highly self-confident men and women think and say and do, and then do the same things, we will eventually get the same results. We will eventually feel the same way. We will eventually become unstoppable. Mental marathon training. It is often hard for people to believe that mental qualities can be developed just as physical qualities can be developed. If this were a program on how to run a physical marathon and I was offering to train you day by day over the next 6 months to run a marathon, you would come to realize that even a non-runner can go from being physically unfit to running a marathon of 26.4 miles in 6 months of disciplined training. Today, there are even men and women in their 50s and 60s who are running marathons with this kind of training. What this book will do for you is to put you through a mental marathon. This marathon will not be as arduous or painful physically as a physical marathon, but it will still require a tremendous amount of work. The amount of work that you put in will exactly determine the results that you get out. If you follow these proven and practical principles drawn from the lives and behaviors of the most successful men and women alive today, and all of which are scientifically validated by extensive research and experience, you can develop the self-confidence that you desire so that you can achieve anything you really want. Let's begin.